this. Here we go. Do you want to start us out, Jolene?
Sure. Let me close. I don't want to miss anyone that's coming in. So just want to welcome everyone out today. It's always looking forward to having these classes and getting new information and seeing your faces and hearing your stories. And so first of all, let's start with that. Does anyone have any stories they'd like to share from this week or this month? So I'll just share my fun. I have actually several of them from this month, but last month I had an event at a quilt show, and one of my ladies there, I wanted to find out about the probiotics, and so she started taking them, and I got a note from her this past week that says that it has been a life changer, that she's been having to wear diapers. Her intestines have been so bad for years now. And when she texted me, she said she had been diaper free for 4 days. And then I met with her personally, like last week, and she's still not wearing her diapers. And she's moving on to the next phase of feeling like really empowered in life and given a new lease on life. And so it just, I mean, I know that from myself, but that's like major.
Yeah.
And so wanted to share that from her. Does anyone else have anything that
I will just second those probiotics. I've been on vacation with a sister's retreat this last week and forgot to take my vitamins when I'm out of routine. And that includes my probiotic in the morning a few times. And I noticed my stools got real not sturdy. And so I wonder if that's something that the probiotics help with.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's one of the biggest things that I see with the probiotics.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. We're so blessed.
So all of you know my best friend Shalene, and it's just been such a privilege to be working with her in sharing a lifestyle of holistic everything, not just in the oils, but in the way we live, the way we are with people. It's just a very natural, all-inclusive, holistic type of relationship that brings us here to you guys today. And we're so happy to have you here. You know, Shalene has been such an advocate in your health and in mine, and she exemplifies everything that she teaches. So with that, I want to hear everything that she has to say today. So I'm going to turn the time over to her. And thank you.
Thank you. Okay, as I prepared this class today, it's about back to school because it's that time of year. But it's interesting as I prepared the presentation for you. Some of us don't have children under our roof. Some of us do. Some of us help a lot with grandchildren. And so just be aware as I'm sharing this presentation, I kind of go back and forth between, oh, classroom, here's some help. Oh, here's some things we can do for the kids. Oh, wait a second, we should be doing that too. So just be aware that everything that I'm sharing can be done for you yourself, can be done for your children, can be done for who's ever living under your roof, can be done for grandchildren, people you share with. It's just all great information. So just realize I was kind of torn on how to approach this. And then I was like, back to school, we need help with our immune systems to battle all the germs of all the people. And then I was like, wait, we need focus and help with school. And then I was like, wait, we need to have help for children who need to do homework and stay. Anyway, so this class kind of got all over the place, but it's all great information. Hopefully, and I hope you feel this every time you come to class, that you hit a gem or two. And I call them golden nuggets. If you just find a golden nugget or two that's right for you, that's what you needed to hear today that will help your family. And those are things we love to hear about too. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share with you this full screen that kind of shows my slides on the bottom. So just ignore the slides on the bottom. I can't figure out how to show you just the main screen. So, I just want you to, I just like seeing what's coming up and that helps me keep going. So we're going to head back to school naturally. First of all, the school story is funny because school starts in a couple weeks here in Texas. I think it's the 13th of August. And I have grandchildren that live in New York City who start later in the year and go all the way until June 27th this year. And so I have grandchildren that get out of school on June 27th in New York City, and I have grandchildren that live in Arizona that have already started school last week. So there's literally only 3 weeks time in the summer that somebody in my life is not going to school. So when I say back to school, it's really just life lessons. It's things we can use all of the time. All right, we're going to continue on and talk about first thing in the morning, especially if you're going out into the world, is to get your immune system protected. On Guard is such an amazing product. I show you here what's in it: rosemary, cinnamon, eucalyptus, wild orange, and clove. When anybody smells it, I only know one person who doesn't like the smell. And if you're listening, Sonia, if you had any love of Christmas and the smells of Christmas, to me, that's what On Guard smells like. Thanksgiving, Christmas, cinnamony, clove, just wonderful smells. Well, they've taken all these oils that help our body with our immune system and strengthen it, and put them into lots of On Guard products. So I use the hand spray when I'm traveling. I use it and keep it in my purse so that when I'm out to eat or just been shopping or something and just want to have my hands cleaned quickly and freshly, that's wonderful. And then I love diffusing On Guard when there's sickness around the home or just when we want our immune system to be bolstered. So that's always great to diffuse it. I use the On Guard roll-on, the touch. If I feel sickness coming on or if I am sick, in my day when I was young, my dad would have me put on, I don't know if some of you remember Deep Heat. It was called Deep Heat. At least I think it was. It came in a tube and he would have me put it on my throat, and then he would have me put a handkerchief around my throat. And that's what I think of when I put On Guard roll-on my throat, where the glands are getting the most help right there. That's what I use. Now, my favorite is the one in the soft gels, because what they've done is they've put all these oils in there, but you'll notice there's a little plus next to On Guard. That's because they've added Melissa, they've added oregano, and that supplement is phenomenal. It is so great to help bolster. When I'm sick, I'm able to take it a few times a day, and I'm still getting over a little bit of a cold, but it makes you fight what you're dealing with. And then whenever I'm going out of town, I take it for the week before I leave and while I'm out of town. I think it gives me that extra help not to get sick while I'm out of town. So lots of wonderful things to help your immune system as you go along. All right, we're going to go to starting the morning off right. If you start your morning right, you're going to have a routine that puts you first. Now, this is me saying what you should do and what I didn't do my whole life. I didn't put myself first my whole life, but please, please prepare and do the things that will help you take care of yourself, like getting the oils that you want to put on your body every morning to start your day out right, somewhere where you can see them and get in a habit. I've learned about habit stacking recently. So if I have the habit every morning of sitting at the table and looking at my phone to read some news and eating my breakfast, I might say I'm going to put the few things that I want to put on my body or in a diffuser out so that they're right next to where I sit when I'm doing that. You're habit stacking. You're saying, here's a habit I already have. I'm going to stack another great habit right there along with it. So I'm going to suggest that you put the roll-ons or the oils that you want to diffuse handy, ready to go, and have them so that you can use them quickly. And I'm going to share some great ideas with you on that subject. Okay, we're going to kind of go to kids and grandkids a little bit, and then we're going to branch out from there. Sometimes you're not aware of all the things that doTERRA has. Now, they came out with these kids oils line, I don't remember how many years ago, but it has been awesome. They can, of course, be used for kids and for us as well. And one of my favorites is Tamer that they put in there that's for your tummy. To me, it works just as well as Digest Zen, but it doesn't have the fennel forward smell. So a lot of times Digest Zen is a little bit much for kiddos. It's just, especially if they don't like the smell of black licorice, which is fennel, you are able to have, I just wanted to make sure I hit record. Did I hit record? I did, because it asked you guys if you was recording. Okay, so when I use Tamer, I'm able to roll it on my tummy, help with tummy issues just like that. But it's just made up of a different blend of oils that also help the tummy issues. They've got Calmer, which is similar to lavender or adaptive, but it's in the kids dilution and ready to go in all of these oils can be used on sensitive skin people and children just straight with the roll-on ready to go. You don't have to dilute them further, but they work great for us too. I love that Stronger is similar to On Guard, and you've got the protective blend there. You've got Brave, which is the courage blend, and I love that it gives that upliftment about how they feel. And then Rescuer is similar to our Deep Blue, so they're able to get help with growing pains and other kinds of pains and issues without quite the, and I don't want to say that Deep Blue is it's just a strong oil. And so they've just got a slightly lighter blend of things for them. And then Steady is a grounding blend to help emotionally. I love the colors. I love the way they've put a little cap. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, there's little caps that come with it. If you buy them all together, they come with the caps, and you're able to put those on and then latch them on to a backpack if you want to, and send it to school with them. I just love that they do that. Now I have a friend, Patty, and I'm going to be talking about her a little bit in this because she's had a lot of experience with this, but she takes she has her sons are on the spectrum. So I'm going to be telling you about that a little bit later, but she says her son has dubbed these kids oils as his power, his infinity stone power, with if you're familiar with some fun movies that are out there with Marvel movies. They've got these infinity stones, and I guess it's the colors that spoke to this boy. And Patty said he takes his oils to school and they protect him, and he feels like it's something he can turn to even when he's at school to use these kids' oils. And I just love that. He said at first when he sent the oils, the teachers were like, no, they can't have those at school. And she said, they're natural. There's nothing wrong with them. Okay, I'll take them back. I won't use them. And she didn't use them for a couple of weeks. And the behavior got worse with her son, and the teachers were like, okay, he can have his oils. And it was just really good for him. We're going to talk a little bit more about Copaiba and that situation in a minute too. But empower the kids in your life to use the oils. I've just had 4 grandchildren from New York City here with me for the month of July. They just left. And because they were here, the 7 grandchildren that live nearby were over every day. And I had a house full to feed, to entertain, and I was a little bit crazy. I cannot tell you how many times I was asked for oils. So many times. These littles know when they need help being calm, when they were stung by something, when they cut something, when they bumped something, they were turning to oils. And they all love lavender. Calmer would be a great one to use for that too. But lavender just helps calm almost any situation. My daughter Kaylee said that Charlie, when he gets upset, says, Mom, I need my lavender. And it just makes me so happy to know that a 3-year-old can use that to calm himself. So I just want to encourage you in that direction, because kiddos can do it. All right, helping children create a sense of focus. When your child is, and this goes for you too. Remember what I said at the beginning. Everything I say in this class today is for us too. It's just that some of it I'm focusing on children too. So maybe your child's practicing an instrument, learning a new skill, needs help concentrating for homework or anything like that. Diffuse peppermint and spearmint. Let that go. The mints are very uplifting and help with focus, help us stay awake and invigorated. If your child has difficulty getting ready in the morning, you might want to consider, or waking up, you might want to consider citrus oils, lemon, lime. You can go tangerine, grapefruit, bergamot, lemongrass. Very, very uplifting. Citrus helps you get a jump start for the day, and it helps you wake up. So those are great things to try first thing in the morning if you need a little help with that. All right, maybe it's math, maybe it's something else, but kids sometimes need all the help they can get. Why not help your children or your grandchildren with natural solutions? And then why not help yourself with all of these things as well? I can remember feeling like peppermint was going to keep me awake. I've heard that it kept me awake. So I'm driving on a long trip and I was like, this peppermint is not keeping me awake. I am too sleepy. I can put it on, it'll keep me awake for a minute or two, but your body needs rest, your body needs rest. So the oils are not going to be magic. They're not going to be, oh, now I'm just magically going to be awake. They can help and they can support, but they're not magic. So I just want to clarify that so that you realize when I say things like put peppermint on the back of your neck to cool you down, you might be having hot flashes, you might be out in the hot sun. That's going to work and it's going to stay and it's going to be there for a long time. But if you haven't slept, in too long, it's not going to keep you awake. So just remind yourself that you can use them, but they're not magic. Morning motivation. So turn on your essential oil diffuser in the morning with energizing oils like we've just listed, and that's going to bring you up. If you were to take peppermint, put a drop on your tongue before you leave the house, that also might help you feel energized and freshen your breath. And then you can rub your temples with a little citrus or mint, and you're having a hard time beating that upbeat, I'm excited to have the day. The smell will invigorate you and it'll help you move on. Lots of fun ideas. What about sluggish afternoons? Does anybody have sluggish afternoons? I know, I do. Yep. So it is very much something that happens to all of us. And I find that I get sluggish after I eat lunch, especially if I have a big lunch. Sometimes I have my bigger meal at lunchtime and a smaller meal at dinner time, and I just get a little bit sluggish. So some ideas would be to place some wild orange, Douglas fir on your palms. I'm always saying, rub your hands together. Do you notice I keep my fingertips out? That's because I don't want to get the oils on my fingers and then, rub my eyes, which is really, you're not going to hurt your eyes. But if it was peppermint, it might sting a little bit. So rub like this and then cup the hands and smell in like that, smell in deep and get it inside you. It'll be an afternoon pick me up and help you there. Diffuse energizing oils like cheer or lime. Cheer is one of my absolute favorites. It's just a blend that doTERRA's made that is just super uplifting. And lime is also one of my very favorites. Everybody's different, so you got to find what speaks to you, but I'm sharing some things that work for me. So you can use that to wake up your senses during a long afternoon. You might be working, you might be trying to get a project done. Just help yourself through that time. I find that if I lay down to have a nap, it messes with my sleep cycle at night. If I have a really short nap, just a 5 or a 10-minute lay down and close my eyes, it doesn't mess with my sleep cycle at night. But if I do more than that, I just know so many people that sleep and I'm just too tired, I don't sleep well. So they have a 2-hour nap and then they don't sleep well, and then a 2-hour nap and then they don't sleep well. So I'm going to suggest try really hard to maybe use the oils to keep you awake and focused. And I bet you'll sleep better at night. When you're getting ready to tackle a long list of things or something you don't want to do, that's what I kind of do sometimes, then I can again choose something that's uplifting to put in the diffuser, put on my hands, and help me feel uplifted to move on. I love that we can encourage our kids with this too. Please encourage your kids and friends too. So meditation, if we were to want to meditate and focus, then we can use some of those things. Calming oils like lavender help you feel peaceful and calm. My problem is if I want to meditate, I don't want to fall asleep, and the oils will make you very tired. So there's kind of a balance there for me to find. And balance is the next one I wanted to talk about. Balance is a blend of oils, very woodsy, and doTERRA has put this blend, Balance, I wish I could have smell-o-vision here and just kind of share it with you, but Balance has got the woodsiness and the calmness to help your body. When I was very new to doTERRA, I saw a video, and you can still find it. If you went to YouTube and said, doTERRA Balance Blood Cells, if you did that, you would see this video. And what it is it's showing blood under a microscope with the clumped cells all just together. And then a few drops of Balance is put on the feet of the person the blood came from. And then within 2 minutes, they prick the blood and they put it under the microscope again. And the cells, the little balls of cells that were all clumped together, are moving around and not clumped and dancing around. When I see that kind of masterful change in a body in 2 minutes time from a few drops of oils, I know it's doing the body good. So Balance, I think, is a great one for helping meditate, promote harmony, and just good health in general. Clary sage on your pulse points, which is your neck and wrists, can be a calm atmosphere. And then vetiver, that's an unusual one, and not a lot of people have heard of it. It's very earthy. It comes from tree trunk kind of thing. It's not to be taken internally because it's one of those tree ones, and it's a base note in whatever blend you want to do. If by base note, it's heavy and it stays put. So if you put a drop or two of vetiver and then add the other things you want, it'll really stay there. Vetiver helps a lot of people with sleep. So it's just one of those very calming oils. Has anyone used oils while they meditate? I'm curious if anybody's had an experience with that. Nope. Okay.
I have not had an experience with using it with meditating, but if you're going to use vetiver with it, just be careful because vetiver is a natural tranquilizer. That's why it helps so much with sleep. So just if you're going to meditate with that, just know you're going to fall asleep because it will relax you a lot.
Interesting. Thank you, Sarah. So isn't that funny? I tried to say all these oils that help with meditation, they all do put you to sleep. It just kind of depends on what stage you're in. Yeah, if you're going to meditate first thing in the morning, it might not be the best time to put all these calming oils on you, right? Yeah, and that's the tricky part. Got to just figure that out. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Okay, focus and meditation with other helpful practices. Now, I know we talk oils a lot, but I wanted to mention some other things that are very helpful for focusing. So if we exercise, we are going to feel more motivated and centered. And I'm curious what you do to exercise. I am finding ways to exercise that are unusual. And I may have shared with you before that I use a VR headset and I do a game called Beat Saber where the boxes come at me musically. And because I'm very musical, it's fun to hit the boxes in musical rhythm, and my hands in my headset become lightsabers and they cut these boxes. And I have done it now for almost 2 years daily, and I sweat and I love what I do. Next time we get together, I am purchasing today another game that I found called Power Beats VR. And I'm really excited, and it's on my list today to go up there and exercise with something different after 2 years. But it's a similar program that has boxing and a lot of lunges and a lot of stepping side to side. And I'm going to hopefully increase the exercise that I do. I used to need a lot of back rubs. My husband's in the habit of, rubbing my back and helping those muscles feel better. Used to need it all the time. I literally don't need it anymore. I literally am able to say, thank you, I'm fine, I'm good, I don't need that rub. But that's because I'm moving my body so much and I'm stretching and I'm moving when I'm doing this game. I need to start doing more in the bottom half of my body. I'm working on adding some things in, but it makes it so that I feel that focus and centered and motivated for the day. Exercise really helps. What do some of you do for exercise? I'm kind of curious.
So I just like to walk. That's my number one. But then the other is the elliptical because I can watch a show if I need to.
Yes, keep your mind on something else.
Yeah.
Where do you walk when it's snowing outside, Jolene?
On my elliptical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or there's a gym in town that you can walk around.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of people going to the mall or something where they just do a lot of steps that way. That's
That
awesome.
would be a good one.
Yep. Anyone else want to share what they do to exercise and move their bodies? It's so good for us. Encourage you to do that. So during study time, another thing to consider is to put on some music. I'm someone who cannot focus when there's music. But if you are going to put on music, you might want to try classical music because there's not words. It might be, and it can be slow or it could be upbeat, but music can help the brain focus in ways that other things can't. I personally, even though I'm very musical, have a hard time with any music on because I want to sing or I want to go play the piano or do something else that it distracts me from staying focused. But some people I know can't accomplish anything unless music's going on. So if you're one of those people, that might be something that helps you. But you can also put on essential oils in your diffuser to help focus in that serene environment. And then, of course, practicing healthy eating is going to help us. Sleeping habits, eating habits will help us concentrate during the day. If I eat food that is not good for me, I don't know why I do it. When I'll eat, a couple of cookies or something, I'm like, oh, now I feel tired and I feel full and I feel yuck. But if I eat celery and raisins with a little bit of peanut butter, I'm like, I feel so good. I just feel energized and I feel full and I'm ready to go. I'm just trying to get in the right habits. Going to encourage you to do the same. I lost 100 pounds. I really need to lose more. I'm hoping to get on track. I have a quiet August. I bought a book called Shred. It was just a little paperback book. And that's what really helped me, eating small meals all day long. But the thing I love best about that book is at the back of the book, it has a list of snacks. It has 100-calorie snacks, 150-calorie snacks. And the book tells you, eat this for breakfast, eat this for a meal, a snack, eat this for a meal, eat this for a snack, eat this for a meal, and eat this for a snack. When it says snack, it'll quite often say, pick a 100-calorie snack, pick a 150-calorie snack. And then on the meals, it's very generic. It'll say have a protein, have a half a cup of this, have a drink of that. It just gives you suggestions. But I love that snack list. That snack list helps me because what I've done is take that snack list and break it down to the snacks I really like. And I have the 100-calorie snack list and I have a 150-calorie snack list of things I enjoy. And so when I'm on track and I'm trying to eat right, it's a great list to turn to. So it takes a little prep for us to do the things that will help us stay healthy and focused. Just want to make those suggestions for you. All right. If you like this picture, you might want to pull out your camera. If you like these recipes, take a picture of it. I put on here a few diffuser blend recipes that are great for focus. So all of these oils would be great oils. I'm going to give you another list in just a minute. So you may want to pull out your camera if you want to take pictures of a few of these slides. So these can be used together in a roll-on, or they can be used together in a diffuser blend. But all of these oils are going to help with focus. You might notice that there's lavender in a couple of them. That'd be a little bit calming. Sometimes our minds are racing. We need to be calmed down to focus. Sometimes I think we're having a hard time focusing because we're tired. That's to me when I would use a spearmint peppermint basil one that gets me a little bit more focused. But up to you how your body handles it and how your body works on those. Here's some diffuser blends for motivation. Maybe just to get up and get going just a little bit more. Very unusual one that I found with black pepper, frankincense, bergamot, and Douglas fir. For those of you who aren't familiar with black pepper oil, it does not make you sneeze because what makes you sneeze when you smell pepper is the powderiness of it, or the oil is just this wonderful smelling oil that smells like pepper, but it's really great for motivation. So motivate in this one of these blend is a blend that doTERRA's put together of oils that help you there. Again, one of my absolute favorites. And so is cheer. So these are all very good for motivation, get you up and going. Okay, now here's a list of uplifting, energizing oils, most of which were in those recipes. But this is a great list if you just want to say, okay, I'm going to keep this list handy and I'm going to try different things to see what speaks to you. You may want to try those other recipes, but you might just want to experiment with oils that will help you feel uplifted and energized and come up with the blends that are right for you. Rather, you want to put them in a roll-on and use them on your pulse points and move forward with the day, or if you want to put them in a diffuser. So that's a great list. Hope you got a picture of it if you want it. And then the calming oils. So if a child in your life or you need to be calmed down and feel a little bit more focused, you might want to take a picture of this list. When I made this slide, I thought, I would not choose about half these oils because they don't speak to me. But these were the oils that came on a wonderful handout that I found. Spikenard, petitgrain, they are not my favorite smells. Neither is quite a few of these, but I'm not the cilantro person. Neroli is not my favorite. So I see this list and I might switch and just do lavender. Lavender just does it for me. Golly, lavender and maybe vetiver. But again, some people love jasmine and some people love cilantro and some people love neroli. And I'm like, we're just different. We're just all different on this planet, which is a blessing. That's why there's a long list for you to fill out what is right for you to use calming. All right, I'm going to run through some ideas, and these are just some things that you can, again, take a picture if you like some of these ideas or write down what you want to remember. But balance, the oil balance blend will create a calm environment. Basil will help you with focus while studying, completing tasks. Bergamot has both calming and uplifting properties, so that's interesting. Creates feelings of self-confidence. You can diffuse citrus bliss to help uplift your mood. Cheer promotes feelings of optimism. Frankincense during your morning yoga helps you to focus and have intention for the day. Diffusing grapefruit when trying to lose weight to increase motivation. Now, I put grapefruit on my body every morning. I wake up, I have a shower, and then as I'm before I dress myself, I put it on my arms to help my skin, which is saggy from having lost weight. But I love the smell of it, and it does help me in my focus for wanting to lose weight, increasing my motivation. Diffuse lemon to allow energizing, uplifting aroma. Positive mood. They call lemon the anger buster. I know a friend who would put lemon on cotton balls in the air vents of her car as she picked up her kids after school every day. She said it's like night and day. They go from bickering and getting in the car and having struggles on the way home to just feeling energized and wonderful in the car. So take that oil that speaks to you, put a few drops on cotton balls, put them in the vents of your car. I have a church building I attend that has just a musty smell, and we're planning some activities coming up, and somebody on the planning meeting said, okay, well, I'm getting the Febreze and I'm going to do that whole building before we do this activity. And I went, no, please let me help. So I'm going to take Citrus Bliss and I'm going to put on cotton balls and put it in the vents at the church. And I'm going to take care of that so we can do it naturally. Diffusing lime can help uplift moods, and motivate the blend promotes feelings of confidence, courage, and belief. Inhaling peppermint for an invigorating pick-me-up. And then, of course, there's a myriad of other possibilities. I'm curious if any of you have an idea of something you do to uplift yourself or stay focused during the day, maybe that I haven't mentioned, because maybe that idea would help someone else.
So sorry.
Go for it, Jolene.
I keep my my base roller balls of emotion oils. You know, they motivate, they calm, the different ones like that. And so when they're always close to me. And so when I need something, those are really, really fast ones to go to without thinking.
Yep.
The one that I really resonate with a lot is just the passion. Just when I'm having a hard time, like feeling interested in something or not wanting to do something that I need to or something, the passion helps me go, you got this.
So what cracks me up is I cannot stand passion. So yes, we're all different. And so that speaks to you and that helps you. And yet that one doesn't help me. So just please experiment and find what works for you so that you can move forward. I love it. All right, going to turn and just talk a little bit about children on the spectrum. If you have someone in your life that is on the spectrum in any way or ADHD, please listen carefully, take some pictures of these slides. It is phenomenal, the help that they get with essential oils. First of all, each child is different, And just like we're all different, we all like different things. So it takes a little bit of experimenting. Quite often, these children are quick to frustration. They want what they want, they don't get it, they get frustrated. But I have seen videos which amaze me. One mom puts the oils on the stuffed animal that belongs to the child. And this child in the video was just having a tough time. She was actually at a restaurant and he was having a tough time. And she took out the bottle and she put a few drops on the animal and he just took a deep breath and held the animal and just calmed right down. I was amazed how quickly that change came about. There was a time when Dr. D, who's on our team, Dr. Damaris, was helping a mom and a child in his office, and he had two people that were shadowing him. That's what some young people do who maybe want to become chiropractors or who are in school for chiropractic, and they come and shadow him. He's a wellness chiropractic doctor. And so he had two young people watching. He was trying to help the mom, and the kid was just off the walls, just going a little bit crazy. And he had a hard time helping the mom because the kid was just not behaving. So he took some ylang ylang, which is very calming too, and he took it over and put a few drops on his hands and put his hands up for the child to smell. And the child went and sat there while he finished helping the mom and then escorted her out. And the two people that were shadowing were like, "What in the heck did you do to that child?" Oh my word. But that's the kind of thing that happens with oils. They can get so that it affects their olfactory system, it affects their brains, it naturally affects them and quite often will calm them down. So you got to figure out which one's the right one to help with that frustration. So Copaiba is in my friend Patty's experience. Her two boys are on the spectrum and she has different experiences with each one of them. I have a few notes here because she has taught a class on this before, and I went back to make sure that I got the notes correct. She said that both of her boys are on the spectrum and have ADHD. She said there's a lot to do with interacting with them eye to eye, and that it's very hard for them to hold still. They're quick to frustration, especially when there's too much stimulation. And she says, when you follow a plan, they do so much better. And her boys were on Adderall. Now that's an over-the-counter medication. She said it cost her $2,000 a year after the copay for the medicines that they were on. When she found Copaiba, which I like to call doTERRA's CBD oil, she decided to give it a try. It's very calming, and I don't understand science stuff, but I wrote down the words. It acts on the cannabinoid receptors without altering motor performance. So when I say CBD oil, it's not going to be anything that you use and then can't do a drug test or something else. Of course, they aren't using part of the plant that's going to cause hallucinations or anything like that. It just is amazing to help with pain and to help calmness. And a lot of people use it for sleep. But what Patty did was she took Copaiba and she put it into a roll-on. And you guys know how I love to be frugal with my oils. I used to think when I'm putting 15 or 20 drops of an oil in and adding fractionated coconut oil to make a roll-on, I've always been thinking I'm diluting it. I'm not getting as good out of the oil, but I'm so frugal and this is the best way. And then what they came out and said a couple years at convention is in their research and their studies, they have found the oils get into the system better this way. When they're mixed with fractionated coconut oil, it gives the oil a chance to spread on your skin or wherever you put it and to get into your skin and your body and do your body more good. So don't feel like you're diluting it to where it won't do as much good. It will. Patty took this, made Copaiba roll-ons, and she started rolling the Copaiba up and down the spine of her two boys before they went to school. She said it only took a couple of months and they were off of their Adderall. And the teacher said that the kids' behavior was better than it had been. That's taking the cost of the medicine away and the side effects of the medicine away and having a natural answer. What a blessing. So I would suggest that you try some Copaiba. you can keep taking the medicine if you aren't comfortable. A lot of people just keep taking the medicine, use the Copaiba for a week or two, then they slightly less medicine, keep using it, slightly less medicine, keep using it. I'm not going to ever suggest that you just don't use the medicine, but if it's working and you or the child is feeling a benefit from it, then it's a chance for you to try to use the natural direction. Patty shared that her son's breakthrough that he had at 11 years old, she said, he came to her and he said, I am Max and you are mom and I love you. And she said that's the first time he'd said that to her. And so it was quite a breakthrough. And the reason I put rose on here and frankincense is because she said she uses those as well. It is helps with anxiety and helps the calmness of the child. She actually won a rose, which is only comes in 5 ml, and I haven't even looked up the price recently. It's probably almost $300 now. It takes so many rose petals for them to make the rose that it's very expensive. So I love that they came out with the rose touch, which makes it much more reasonable. It's one of the scents I really enjoy, but it is the queen of oils. But because she had a rose bottle of rose, she said she put a couple of drops in a bath for her son, and he was just off the wall crazy and said, okay, let's try this. And she put a couple of drops in the rose bath and his behavior changed immediately. And she said she just called it, I don't remember what she called it, but it was just a miracle bath or something. And she said that's what is amazing to her. Rose has almost the highest frequency. I don't know if rose or frankincense have the highest, but together they are the highest frequency oils there are. Help with so many things. And that was very helpful to kids on the spectrum and kids with ADHD. And if you're interested, there is a Facebook group page for autism, ADHD and essential oils, and there are thousands of members on it. So if you just look up autism, ADHD, and essential oils as the name of the Facebook group, then you will see a lot of information there, people's testimonials, what's worked for them, and it's just a lot of great information. All right, I'm almost done. We're doing good on time. Intune is another one that doTERRA has that really helps with focus. Now it has patchouli in it. Yep, has patchouli in it. That little pink part right there has amyris, bark, patchouli, frankincense, lime, ylang ylang, Hawaiian sandalwood, and Roman chamomile. It is the blend that doTERRA sells already in a roll-on like this that is supposed to help with focus, supports those who have difficulty paying attention and staying on tasks. You can apply it to the temples and the back of the neck. You can apply it to the wrists or backs of the hands to inhale it deeply and use it to stay on task. When it says to put on a clay pendant or place it on a desk, like I have a little diffuser. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a passive diffuser. It's just a little thing that has these little rocks that have holes in them. So when I put a few drops on it, it stays smelling. So if you're not in a place that you can have a diffuser blasting, sometimes this kind of thing can come on a necklace and you can just put a few drops so it's right there. They have the diffuser necklaces, have a little felt piece in them that you can use that. But it's a great way to send the kids to school with something. You can put it up and down their spine, but if you send it with them as another option that they can smell and help and stay focused. So that's one you might want to choose. Then I would be amiss if I did not talk about adaptive. And I would love it if, oh, it looks like Heather, is Heather still on? It's hard to see you guys when I'm sharing my screen. Yep, Heather's still on. Heather, I wondered if you would just share your story of adaptive a little bit.
Okay, well,
just a little.
So when I first was introduced to doTERRA from Jolene, she shared with me a sample of the adaptive, and I had come home and my kids were getting home from school, which is always a crazy time. And kind of my daughter was bombarding me, like, telling me everything. And so I opened up that little bottle that I had just come home with and took a smell or smelled it. And like immediately I was calm and able to, focus on my child and address her without you know, all the energy that she had just given me, I was able to calmly respond to her. So I fell in love with that product and I use it almost daily. And then I found out about the capsules. And so those help with anxiety and stress and everything. And so I take those daily to help with my depression and anxiety. And that was the year when I was first introduced was 2020. And that was like the best year I had of my life with my depression and anxiety. So I always give credit to the adaptive for that.
I love it. Thank you so much for being willing to share. And it comes in a roll-on, so it's ready to roll on. It comes in the oil so you can diffuse it. It comes in, and they've added a few things to it and put it into capsules, all natural, of course, to benefit, like Heather said. And then I put a picture here of the adaptive bathing oil. I just happened to notice it's one of the things they had on their Christmas list. And I bought quite a few of them at Christmas time, and I have a customer who repeatedly orders that. It's not a very well-known product, but it's still available. It's called Adaptive Bathing Calming Bath Oil. Calming Bath Oil. And I think it's even 20% off right now. It is just a great way of helping you put a little bit into the bath and having it spread that calming influence on a child that might need a bath or an adult that might need it. But as you see here, it releases anxiousness, tense, worried, rigid, helps with hormone balancing, sleep and relaxation, addictive or compulsive behaviors, just a lot of help here. So wanted you to. And then I have one more fun idea I wanted to share with you. You can put your oils into Play-Doh. Now, I've tried to do it in the store-bought Play-Doh. So if you're not up for making Play-Doh, this may not work. But take a picture of the recipe if you like the idea of making it. It's really quite easy to make. But if you make it from scratch with fresh flour, I also tried making it and didn't have fresh flour. But if you make it with fresh flour so that the smell of the oils can come through, and you actually don't add the, and that's not the recipe anywhere, don't add the oil until you've oh golly, this doesn't even have all the directions. Look it up online. You'll see aromatherapy Play-Doh, and they'll tell you how you mix it on the stove and you mix it till it comes together, and then you take it off the stove and add the whichever oil you want. This one has lavender in it, but so fun for the kids to play with it and keep getting all the benefits of the oils. So it says here, use a variety of oils and colors to keep the kids learning new scents. Hold a bottle, ask the children to take a whisk, ask them to tell you what it smells like, and ask them which color they think that one should go in. And that way they're picking maybe a scent that will speak to them as they're playing with it. I love that idea. This activity is also a great way for children to learn about aromatherapy, mood management, and essential oils. Have them smell the Play-Doh. Ask if it makes them feel sleepy or calm or energized. And it's a great way for them to learn about the oils. So the directions are: combine all ingredients in a saucepan, stir until combined over medium heat. And then once it forms a ball, you remove it from the heat. And then once it's all cool, you add the essential oils. And I just think it's a really fun way to encourage children to have fun and learn about the oils. And Jolene and I want to say thank you. You guys are on this natural journey with us, and you are just appreciated. We really, really do appreciate having you with us on our monthly calls, on our master classes. And the fact that you love the product and use doTERRA, it is not about ching, ching, ching money for us. It is about changing lives and helping, and you make it worthwhile that we love to share it. And we just want to thank you so much. Thanks for your time today. Anything else, Jolene? Oh, you're teaching a class next month. Do you want to tell them about aroma hand touch technique?
I just wanted to say what you're saying, how much we appreciate everyone being here, and love it when your comments and your experiences. The hand touch and the aroma touch will be next week. It'll be kind of showing you the benefits of it, and then seeing if there's a way that you can maybe get one done for yourself.
And
so-
that is on August 28th. So put that on your calendar because Jolene is the master at aroma touch. So thank you so much for all of you coming. You're the best and have a wonderful natural day. Take care.